But yeah.
That's
So
true. But how you managed to? Because, for example, last month I wasn't with you. You were in America.
yes.
And you didn't have a gym. How you manage traveling and keeping your body fit? Because many people they ask me this question. Yeah,
That's a very good question, and there's something that my old trainer Amir, my kickboxing coach Amir, said to me once. He said, "If you have enough motivation, you can get fit in an empty room by yourself." And I was like, you know what? That's completely true. I think a lot of people think the solution to the problem is gym memberships, perfect supplements, perfect form on their reps, when really what they need to do is hit the floor, push-ups, sit-ups, squats, calf raises, dips if they have a shelf, you know? You can get fit in an empty room by yourself. And when I travel, that's what I do. I actually train. When I travel, I change it. I train before I go to sleep. So no matter what time I get home, just 200, 300 push-ups, 150, 200 squats, and sit-ups. So training when you're on the move and when you're in like a traveling situation like I've been in is difficult, but maintaining your fitness isn't. And this is what people need to get through their head. If you don't have the fitness equipment at home, you need to put in lots of hard work first to get into shape. And at that point, it kind of gets easier. It's like the wind is in the sails and you're just sailing along. You just need to do enough to keep your muscles pumped up. And I do it before sleep a lot of the time. But yeah, I'll never go away and come back in terrible shape because I care too much. And even if I don't have a gym, you have to have the self-discipline to do the exercise and make your muscles work.
that is correct.
Sometimes it's hard after a long day's work, or, if you've been at a club or partying or out till 2 a.m., it's very difficult to think, let me get home and do some exercise unless you brought a guest with you. You know what I'm saying? Nice cardio,
I know exactly what you're saying.
Exactly.
Speaking about cardio, how you feel cardio? Because we did a lot of stairmaster before.
Yes.
Now we are doing swimming, we are doing skip rope, we are
Yes.
doing we are punching the bag basically
Yep.
almost every day. So how you feel about I mean cardio, the cardio part is not easy. Maybe lifting weights it's much easier.
Yeah. I would say cardio, and the advice I'd give to anybody is find a sport that it gives you cardio that you like doing. You see me on the Stairmaster, I'm depressed. You see me walking on the incline treadmill, I'm depressed. When I'm punching a bag, do I look depressed? No, because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So there's lots of cardio that you can integrate into your life that you can very easily enjoy. If you and your friend like playing tennis, for example, 4 times a week, go and have a tennis match. It's a competition. You're trying to win the sport. You're concentrating on the game. You're using your racket, moving back and forth. And by the end of an hour or an hour and a half of playing tennis, you're sweating. You've burned hundreds of calories, but you don't feel like I did cardio. If someone says, "What did you do today?" You don't say, "I did cardio." You said, "I went to the tennis club and I played tennis with my friend." Some people like swimming. Some people like tennis. Some people like sleeping with a bunch of beautiful women. Not me, of course.
Of course not you.
Of course not. I have to kidnap them.
Yeah.
But
Correct.
no matter what it is that you find that you can enjoy. I don't think everybody should be a kickboxer. I don't think everybody should like boxing, but I personally do. And when I'm standing in front of that bag, hitting that bag, imagining it's a few certain people in this world, it's really good for me, and I don't feel like I did cardio. I think I did bag work. I'm punching. It's exciting. It's interesting for me. Football is one as well. I wouldn't say, those massive teams. Maybe if you play 5-a-side football with your friends on a big pitch, you do lots of running.
Yep.
And then people say, well, what did you do this morning? You don't say, I did cardio. You say, I played a football match. And there are lots of parks everywhere in the world that are safe to go to. There's always a room to fit cardio into your life. But it has to be something you like. Otherwise, it's the most depressing shit in the world.